Do you remember the sushi restaurant lady that I told you about? It's kind of only funny if I do the voice.
No.
Safe?
You
Do I have your white man blessing to do the Asian voice?
You can say
Would you do it?
Whatever
Would you do it?
No.
But you thought it was funny, right?
I think this particular story is more funny
She's making
because
fun of us.
She's
coming at me. This bitch fat shamed me, dude.
Well, now so Zack was fat. Start like that. Okay. Start my traumatic story because I was fat shamed, and then I don't consent to the rest of this. Go ahead.
Fuck it.
Stand by for the opening night of the National Television Service.
I was thinking how Lily and I have been watching a lot of this show 911. It's like a Fox ABC show. It's just crime. It's like first responder drama, basically. So it's like someone falls into an escalator and the paramedics get called. How do they get them out of that one? And one of the things they show a lot is how after the paramedics are done treating you, everyone will do like a little clap. Like you've seen it, right? Like if someone gets injured on while they're playing sports and everyone's like, oh yeah, good job. I would fucking hate that. If I were injured so badly I needed the paramedics. And then all these fucking looky-loos, all these bystanders are gonna try and make themselves a happy ending. They're like, yay, it turned out all right. It's like, motherfucker, we don't know that yet. I could die in the ambulance and you're just like, wow, I'm glad those brave paramedics got to him. So I would hate to be clapped for, as it takes 5 to 6 paramedics to collectively lift my fat ass off of the football field. I would hate nothing more. I would probably want to die.
You seen those videos of large ladies falling into the foam pits at those trampoline places? And
man, you've got a couple of things happening. It's either Japanese or large lady falling into foam pits.
Dude, no, see, as a large man myself, I didn't realize how hard it was to climb out of those foam pits. And I've seen ladies that just did not understand what they were getting themselves into, but were less athletic than I am. Yeah. And then it takes just 3 dudes trying to pull this woman out of the foam pit. Because you sink 5 feet into the foam. Dog,
I thought about that because there was some exhibition coming to Seattle that was a big bounce house or something like that. Some big collection of bouncy things at Seattle Center. And I thought that would be really fun. I was like, well, there's no way it has a weight limit that I can't go on. And then I thought, I was like, no, it's more about your weight proportional to the weight of others. I feel like the problem is I make an indent and the people around me don't compensate for it. So I have a harder time standing up. How does it work?
I would imagine there's a certain level of pressure that can be placed on something that is the size of the average foot. I would imagine that's how it is.
But the pressure, how's that pressure being distributed? It's not
through
all
your foot, dog.
No, but it's not just a pinpoint through your foot. There's also the air is cushioning, the air is compressing to support you. It's not the same as if you were just standing on an uninflated piece of paper, I don't think. I think there's more going into it to support you than that. But yes, I think it is definitely having to do with you're putting more weight down on 2 pinpoints. But I don't think it's you just fall further through because you displace more. I think it's something.
Think about a baseball bat versus a knife, right? If you were to get hit with a baseball bat, it would give you a bruise, but it wouldn't necessarily break your skin.
No, yeah,
if you put the same pressure into a knife, it goes straight into your arm.
No, I get what a wedge is, dog. But it's more
your foot would.
But the problem isn't that it's popping. Or that you're talking about a foam pit. I was talking about a bounce house.
No, I'm talking about a bounce house.
Okay, so the problem
foam pit, you just fall.
The problem I don't think is it popping, even though I'm sure there is obviously if you stab a knife into a ball pit, it'll deflate. So there is clearly a pressure per square inch that you can apply. I don't think the reason that a fat person would have trouble standing up and navigating has to do with that pressure. I think it's more you're balancing.
It'd be so funny to see you fall over in a bouncy house, dude. The idea of you getting into a bouncy house and like falling
I'm
over,
kind of
and then you try to
offended
stand back
that
up,
you
and like you just
tried
can't
to put
quite do it.
yourself in the same camp as this woman. Yeah,
No,
you're
no,
perfectly
no.
able to
That's not
operate
what
in
I
a
was trying to
bounce
do.
house. No,
That's not what I was
you were
trying
like,
to do.
as a large man myself, I'm gonna comment on it.
You're right. I kind of did. I was like, no, I'm speaking from a point of
As a large man myself, not the same thing.
yeah,
Kind of the same thing, not the same thing.
Yeah, there's a line. There's like, I think that's the line between like, you know how like people like to say like, you're like, oh, you're not fat, you're chubby, right? I think the line for like being fat and chubby is if you can climb out of a foam pit. I think if you can crawl your fat ass out of a foam pit, then you're chubby.
Haul your ass up during the most recreational of sports.
Yeah, right.
Then you're chubby. Yeah.
So I had two thoughts when you brought up the people clapping for the paramedics. The first was a large lady falling into a foam pit. The first one was that made
The second one was shit. I'm hard again.
Yeah, maybe. What do so that
Second, I thought
sounded
you were
like,
doing Muscle Man from regular. Jimmy, come on, Jimmy. No, you haven't heard that audio, but never mind. People know what I'm talking about. Keep
cool.
going.
It sounds like the medical version of like getting your birthday sung at the Red Robin. Like,
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Today's your special day. Happy birthday.
Except
may all your bruises heal.
you're internally bleeding, so
Yeah, right.
it's not just your own embarrassment.
Oh God, I hate that. My mom like it was my birthday. I was like in high school and we went to Red Robin because I fucking love Red Robin. Shout out to the Red Bird. She told them that it was my birthday when I went up to get to the bathroom, and we sat down and we were eating, and at the end of the meal they came out and started singing, and I physically pushed my chair away from the table, did a 180 and joined the family behind us, and did not return until the song was over. I hate that shit. I'm too self-conscious. I get so embarrassed with that. I don't like people. This is gonna sound funny. I don't like people looking at me. Like what it really is like I think it's the same reason why I don't really like acting that much. Is that I feel like when you're acting, unless you wrote the script for it, I feel like when you're acting, the whole thing is like, look at me. Whereas like when you tell a joke or you're trying to say something funny, it's like, yeah, I'm in front of you, but I'm more interested in you hearing what I'm saying than looking at me. Like the reason I like making funny YouTube videos is because it's like, oh, look at this thing that I made. I'm not the cool thing. The thing I made is the cool thing. Whereas like on your birthday, especially, it's like you've earned nothing. Everyone in the restaurant is now looking at you for nothing other than like being birthed. It's so undeserved.
You just don't like birthdays in general.
I don't like being the center of attention.
You don't like your birthday. I think you like going to birthday parties.
I'm a little spiteful towards that other people also don't like their birthday, if I'm being honest. It's not like I wouldn't like genuinely, maybe I would. I don't know how strong I would take this take, but I am a little like, I wish I could be as excited about my birthday as other people get excited about their birthday. And so I get a little spiteful towards other people.
I feel like that's just us and Levy. Yeah. Like he'll just be happy about something, and not all the time, but sometimes he'll just be happy about something, and both you and I will look at each other like, fucking this guy. He liked watching something. Fuck him.
You know what's funny? You say that. Scott has replaced that in my head now. Whenever I think of someone being happy for no fucking reason, it's Scott. Although Scott's starting to get cursed more and more as he gets sent on more and more bullshit jobs. He's starting to break. He's starting to break a little bit. Like I love whenever the dispatcher. I don't know if I already told this or not. But our dispatcher will call me and be like, "Hey, so we got this really fucked up job." She won't say it like that. Do you think Scott could handle that? And I'm like, "Yeah." I'll like fucking send him, and then I'll tell Scott. He's like, "What the fuck, dude?" And I'm like, "Yo, Scott, just call me if you have problems." And then he'll call me at like 9 a.m. Like, "Dude, what the fuck? Why'd you get me sent out?" and it makes my day. But back to the more interesting thing. Yeah, I don't like being the center of attention, which is very ironic. I understand that. But I'm interested in you hearing what I say, not physically.
How I hear that is I'm very like, I find that it's easy to hate qualities that you dislike in yourself. It's easy to hate qualities of yours that you dislike in other people. Like sometimes I'll
sorry,
see
I'm so
someone
dumb.
who's
Time
very
3. I apologize.
someone. Maybe
dog.
I'm fucking it up.
No,
I'm
no,
like
no. You're
trying to
good.
say
You're
like
good. It's not you. It's me. It's 100% me.
I feel like we see what we dislike in ourselves
In other people. Okay,
people.
I'm with you. Continue.
So sometimes I notice it more as like that, where it's just like, how could he be like I'll notice it more like with sometimes someone will give like a political take and they'll like inject the little things they think, and it'll sound like my delivery. It'll sound like they're trying to make little jokes, and I'm just like, I hate this. You're being too snarky for the subject matter, or you're not being funny enough. Like, I find that some of the entertainers who I hate the most are creators who are kind of similar to me, and some people who I like the most are rather different from me. So when I hear that, I kind of think of it as being like an extension of that sort of thinking almost, where it's like, I hate that other people can be this naive, or I hate that I kind of want this. Or not so much the birthday thing as I don't want to be the center of attention, kind of conflicting that with how you view other people.
I'm trying to think of something I don't like about myself that isn't like obvious. Like I'm trying to put myself into what you're saying, and I can't think of something that isn't like getting annoyed
It's
easily,
almost
you
like
know?
less about what you dislike about yourself actively and more just like, I think if I had a conversation with myself, I wouldn't like it.
Yeah, me too, dog.
I don't think I'd like me.
I think about that every week. I'm like,
I dread it every week.
If you had a conversation with yourself, you think you wouldn't like it?
I feel like I would be less likely. Like, I'm trying to like genuinely think. I feel like I would have more of a tendency to be annoyed at myself, but that might just be through like when you see yourself on camera and you're like, oh, I really look like this. I really sound like this. Like, everyone feels that. That's not.
I don't know. I think it might be awesome. I think I might like it a lot. I think that's like the appeal of having a son.
I think you'd
is
find
like raising a little you to like hang out and do all the shit. Like, I'm gonna make you like all the shit I like.
I think you would just
I think
find
it'd be
out
kinda
what a
cool.
contrarian you are if you were best friends with yourself. I think you'd get
No, we'd be
excited about
teammates.
something, and the other Zach would be like, "That's a fucking stupid thing to get excited about. Why are you getting excited?"
And then
you'd
you
be
know
like,
what I'd do? I'd be like,
yeah.
oh, you're right.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
You would be teammates in depression. You wouldn't be going off on misadventures. You'd just be like, we should go to Jimmy John's again.
I was actually thinking. I think what I'm gonna start doing is I think I'm gonna start making my own hoagies, my own sandwiches. How much time we got? Okay, you want to hear about something?
You know, boys turn into men when they start deciding to make their own hoagies. Dog.
Making their own hoagies. So here's a really
This guy's
interesting
making them
thought.
at night.
So I've been working a lot of overtime and I've made a lot of money because of it. And like I used to, like after I paid off the rent, I'd have like a few $100s. And now after I pay rent, I have a few $1,000s. And with that little amount, and everyone's at different points, but with that relatively, like compared to actual wealthy people, with that little amount of extra money, I have very quickly felt the difference between like if I were to have an emergency $500 expense and I had $800, I would be stoked that I could pay the $500 to cover that emergency expense. Whereas now, if I have $3,500 and I have a $500 emergency expense, I'm upset that I no longer have $3,500 and I only have $3,000. And shit goes to my head so fast where like I almost instantly go from like the it's not even an instant thing. It's more just like I'm seeing from the perspective like I'm not rich. I don't have a lot of money. I could totally see how someone with like $1 million was like, I don't want to give you a fucking $100. Fuck you. You know what I mean? I could totally see it from their point of view.
So it's like 999,999. Fuck you, buddy.
Dude, exactly. No, it's crazy how like fast that switch gets turned from like going like being like, oh man, I should be grateful that I have, you know, $3,000 of savings, right?
Yeah.
But instead, I'm just fucking sad that I don't have $3,500 in savings. Whereas when I had way less money and I only had like $300 left over, I was just like, woo!
Yeah, you're just
You know,
excited
thank
not
God.
to be
I was
stressed.
stoked.
You're like, I
I was like, I
can
get it.
eat tonight.
You know
dog,
what I
fuck.
mean? Dude, it's really interesting. I don't know. That was a sincere conversation I had with myself.
I find that and I'll say this tentatively, right? Like you've seen me struggling a little bit, I'm sure. But I find that I'm actually not the worst at just getting used to the financial situation that I'm in quickly. And when I say getting used to, I don't mean like budgeting well. I mean like I get used to being worth $0 regardless of how much income I have. So if I have the ability to get several $1,000s a month, I will spend it all. And I will not have a cent left over. If I only have the ability to get like, $1,500 a month, I will spend it all and not have a cent left over and not be worth negative money.
Dude, you're a financial koi fish. You just grow to whatever. You just grow to whatever financial situation you find yourself in. You're like that fucking snake from Fantastic Beast in like the teapot. You know what I mean?
Oh, the dragon thing?
The dragon thing that just grows.
That's so cute.
I actually laughed. I haven't seen that shit.
Oh, okay. The koi fish was better, I guess.
I like financial koi fish.
Financial koi fish, bro.
Like I'll just inflate to whatever. I could
I think that's why they call it inflation.
Without like Thanksgiving shopping for my
dumb.
parents, I'll be like, no, it took me a second. It was a thinker. No, but I'm like Thanksgiving shopping for my parents. I can like be like, yeah, well, this order at Whole Foods should cost $500. Like that's how it should work. Meat costs $100 when you get it on Thanksgiving. But like, when I'm just living with Lily, I'm like, I love boxed macaroni and cheese. Maybe I'm just fat. And I'll just eat whatever. Maybe I'm just like, oh, steak sounds good. And if not steak, I'll be happy enough with boxed macaroni and cheese.
I think about all the money I blow on food, and it I don't know, dude. It's so good. Takeout, dude. Is there anything better than like fresh, hot, ready to go takeout? It's so good. I'm telling you, it's so good, bro.
Thought of something from last episode, but no, I think that in general.
Okay, wait, but Zachary just the other day bought so much fried rice. So much. Too much.
To be fair, I was buying one
We
get one
were
free.
eating fried rice for
like a
the
few
whole
days.
week.
Right, I like to see how far I can make the takeout last, because like I'll spend $100 on Chinese food and I'll try to ration it. I was like, yeah, but this is more than one meal.
Yeah, the
You know what I mean?
MSG is making this into a meal prep right now. It's preserved.
Oh, Megan does. We were talking about fried rice is kind of like the solid version of soup where you just fucking throw anything into it. And it gets better. She like added a breakfast burrito to the
No,
fried
I added
rice.
half an omelet from work.
She added
to
half
the
an-
fried rice.
To just like water down the fried rice, trying to make it last.
No, I was just trying to
I
make
know,
more
I'm
eggs.
fucking
I had,
around.
like,
You're just cutting it
bacon.
up with a credit card to like portion it out.
Yeah, and snorting it with my long lesbian finger.
Yeah, with the big pinky.
The big pinky. But no, yeah, there's a Chinese place by our house that does buy one get one free all the time on Postmates, of like my favorite things.
At every time, Zach's heart thinks we're finally getting it together. A lot of overtime, not much time for a big lunch in between, and then it's like Chinese food for the whole week.
Dude, I don't know what it is about Chinese food, teriyaki, like saucy Eastern Asian. I don't know if there's another kind of Eastern
Keep
Asian
going.
food
Food,
that
gotcha.
if I'm like you ever wake up and like you're going on a vacation, so you're kind of excited, like you're waking up at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And like normally you'd hate life, but you're like, I'm going to the airport, I'm going on a vacation. So you're
Yeah.
like kind of excited, like it's Christmas morning.
Yeah, it's a different day.
When I have General Tao's in the fridge, when I have General Tao's
what did
chicken
you
in the
say you
fridge,
ordered?
General Tao's.
Yeah. Okay.
When I have General Tao's chicken in the fridge, it is like Christmas morning when I'm 10 years old. I get so excited. First thing I wake up, I don't even
And you
take
think about
a shower.
General Tao.
No, I go to the microwave and throw General Tao's in the microwave, and then I shower, and then it's ready and cooled off by the time I get out, and I'm so excited.
You just dip your pinky in like the perfect temperature. You did it again, Zach. You sly dog.
Sometimes I don't even wait. Like I never get midnight snacks. Like I never wake up in the middle of the night and just randomly eat something unless it's like Chinese food or teriyaki, and I just have this insatiable desire to like just cold. I don't even have to warm it up. Just cold General Tao's chicken. I'll just devour it at like 2 a.m, and it's just the best, dude. It's so good. Like we had a conversation about simple pleasures, and I said getting into a made bed, bro. Chinese food when you wake up.
Getting
Oh my
out of
God.
that made bed.
Getting out of that made bed.
And then getting fucking General Tso's chicken.
Getting up at 2 a.m, genuinely, I'm not even being funny. This is kind of silly, but I'm not being funny. Getting up at 2 a.m, stuffing yourself with General Tao's chicken, drinking like a large glass of ice water, and then just passing out in that same bed again, like 15 minutes later.
Just in your own filth.
It's
You
so
fucking
glorious.
pig.
It's so amazing, Julian. It's my favorite thing to do.
When you talk about like, is anything better than delivery? That really makes because like
DiGiorno. Sorry, that's dumb. The way you said that was like an ad.
it was like one of the less dumb things that we've actually said. But I think about that for myself. It's something that like I feel like has been like a bit of an area of victory for me. Like I don't know if like people talk about all the time when you're dieting, like, are you a compulsive eater? Do you eat out of boredom? I would say that I'm probably more on the boredom category, but it's not like I'm not doing enough. I really just am a glutton. I'm really just like, I'm super happy being high and playing video games, but you know what would make this better is a fucking big ass hot snack, which I will generally make for myself late at night. And I've been getting a lot better at analyzing that feeling as it comes up, which is the only time to analyze it of, do I want a snack? And now like 75% of the time I'll say no, and I just have a drink instead. No, I was joking for you.
I've started supplementing my snack urges with Otter Pops and popsicles, which is not ideally, that is not a healthy alternative.
So here's what you do to lose weight, guys. From us, from two experts. The secret is beer and Otter Pops. Okay.
I was sincerely thinking, like we did the Mr. Beast bars video. Dude, I think I could fuck up a box of Otter Pops. I don't even know what to do with that information. I sincerely think I could eat like, dude, tens of Otter Pops.
Okay,
so many Otter Pops.
We
But here's kind of
go to the aquarium. You eat 100 Otter Pops
with
in
the
front
otters,
of the
bro.
otters.
Oh my god, it's so stupid. It sounds less impressive when you think about it in terms of Slurpees. Like I could drink 2 Slurpees and then think of how many Otter Pops are in a Slurpee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of Otter Pops in a Slurpee. But for some reason, when you eat
That's
Otter
like
Pop,
an old wise saying. Like, you know, a wise man once said there's a lot of Otter Pops in that Slurpee. Yeah. That's it. Keep going. It's like a metaphor. I'm not explaining it. Just take from it what you will.
you can take the Otter Pop out of the Slurpee, but you can't take the Slurpee out of the Otter Pop. No, that's dumb. I'm not gonna say that. You wanna? I think I'm out, dog.
What's your favorite Otter Pop color?
Oh, the fruit. It's the pink ones, and they're the fruit. I learned recently. I think they're the fruit punch ones.
What's
They're
your
so good.
least favorite Otter
Grape.
Pop?
Can we get rid of the grape Otter Pops? Who the fuck eats those?
So I feel like grape is a super fucking divisive flavor, right? Because most folks I feel like I'm the only one that I know who likes the grape flavor.
I think America had a war over this.
Fill me in.
No, I'm good. Why do you like the grape Otter Pop?
I wouldn't say it's just the Otter Pop. It's more of the grape flavor in general that I like don't mind at all. Like I would always like cherry is the one I think tastes like medicine. I don't think grape tastes like medicine
Bro,
to
I
me.
fuck with cherry. I like pink,
not a
pink,
real
red,
like again
blue,
like
green.
depends on the cherry
Really
flavor.
all of them except for grape.
I like
guess
the green
If there's a
ones.
yellow one, if there's a lemon, I don't really like
For me,
lemon
it's
either.
blue. So here's the thing, though.
You know the
It
ones
goes-
that taste like actual fruit? Fuck that, dude. Fruit punch, blue raspberry. Give me all the fucked up, like the shit that does not exist. Lemon lime.
Yeah, green apple. Never heard of one of those fuckers. It's like
Apples? What the fuck is that, dude?
like, what? Is stupid?
Cherry?
Lime. Now I've seen that from tequila.
You mean that
but the
thing
rest
from-
of these are made up.
You mean that thing from Pac-Man?
I think it's funny that like
You must not think it's that funny.
I don't think it's that funny because I actually don't think it anymore.
Okay, let's say it. Let's say the thing.
Think,
Well, you should
is
say,
that
you know what I
green?
used to
like
think was funny?
Blue is best flavor to me. Blue is top. To me, unless it's like something stupid like I think you gave me a blue Otter Pop and it was like Hawaiian Punch or something like fuck that.
No,
it's
it's
meant to be
pink.
blue raspberry.
Pink.
The blue one is blue raspberry. It didn't taste like blue
I don't know what
raspberry.
it is,
It almost
dude.
tastes like curacao.
I'm just trying to get off fucking Otter Pop talk.
The
This is
Fred
dumb.
Meyer
Blue
is
is the
out of
best,
Otter Pops.
But if green is watermelon or green apple, it's the second best to me. But if green is lime, it's one of the worst to me.
Yeah.
I don't like lime
Dude, this has
and
gotta be
lemon
so
that
boring.
much.
We're talking about Otter Pop.
No, this is the thing. Is
Dude, we
Zack,
suck.
I think the
We're
drawing
so bad at
segments
this.
are boring as shit. Comment below your favorite flavor of Otter Pop, you fucking dick. Try it.
Well, we have a grape one and a red one in the freezer. If you guys
There's like
wanna.
3 grapes in there.
No,
I don't know what to
those
do with
aren't
them.
Otter Pops. Those are regular popsicles.
Oh, you're right.
Are they left over from a now empty box of popsicles?
Yo, fuck this.
where
Let's talk
all of
about the no dessert thing.
non-grape flavor. Yeah. Okay. So
This is good time for no dessert.
Yeah.
Do you remember? I don't know if I actually said this on the show. Do you remember the sushi restaurant lady that I told you about? It's
Yes.
kind of only funny if I do the voice.
No,
Do
no,
you get
no.
safe?
You
Do I have your white man blessing to do the Asian
You-
voice?
you can say
Would you do it?
whatever
Would you do it?
No.
No, but you thought it was funny, right?
I think this particular story is more funny
She's making
because
fun of us.
she's
She's coming at me. This bitch fat shamed me,
okay.
dude.
Well, now so Zack was fat. Start like that. Okay.
Okay.
Start my traumatic story because I was fat shamed, and then I don't consent to the rest of this. Go ahead.
Fuck it. We were at a sushi restaurant and Megan and I like going to a sushi restaurant. We're like ordering lots of rolls and whatever we don't eat, we like take with us. And the it's like a family-owned business, and the mom will always come up to us. And if we have too many, I always feel a little judgment when I order as much food as I want at this place, just the looks they give you. But whenever we have leftovers, she comes over and she goes, "Too much order!" Ha ha ha! And then she laughs at us for not finishing all the food we ordered, and it's super fucked up. And what's even more patronizing is when we do finish our food, she comes over. I haven't told you. She goes, "Good job, you hungry?" She no matter, there's no winning with this woman. I order so much food that she has to say say something either way. It's fucked up. And then I like their food. It's such a good restaurant. I asked the woman, I asked her how much, like, there's like a back room because I was like, oh, speaking of birthdays, Megan was trying to get me to celebrate my birthday. I was like, hey, we should go to this restaurant for my birthday. It'd be fun to like invite all the people we know and we can have that like back private room. And I asked her, I was like, hey, how many people fit in the back room? She was like, it depends, you know, American. And she like literally was like, you know, normally like 10 to 12, but American, maybe 8. And like did this. She did this. Like,
She
no
really
shit.
did. I was
She was
there.
like, too much
So
order,
you're
good job, and American not fit. Like,
So I like
so
the
I'd be
idea
like, fuck you, I get to do
that
the
you-
voice.
I like-
suck my cock.
I like the idea that you actually have this birthday party and then you invite all your friends, and hopefully I'm there. Hopefully I'm the first one you invite to your birthday party, and we all enter the door and she sees me, turns to you, makes eye contact and goes,
she leans back to her husband. She goes, big spender.
I'm laughing at how the butt of the joke is on me.
Yeah.
Don't you
Dude,
tell
she
me I'm
does.
good. That means
She fat shames
Zach,
us, dude.
you telling me that I'm good
Hold on, what's better?
means, and I love you, bro, Literally nothing.
Literally nothing. Less
It
than zero.
reassures me 0. In fact, I almost less than 0.
on,
I
what-
feel like I'm being lured into saying something.
Well, here's the fucked up thing. How good is their restaurant doing that she mocks us for ordering food to take home? Like,
remember you said-
how good are you? Should be stoked that I ordered so much food that I like have to take more home, and that I
Hey!
consistently do it.
Hey, correct order there.
Yeah, right. And then even when I do hold back and I eat all the food, she still comes at me. So you guys have to decide what's worse, fat shaming or that voice. To a customer, that
mean,
doesn't matter.
She really does sound like that.
Relentlessly, she does it to my face, bro, every time. But it's so good that I keep going. She knows she can get away with it, so she does. It's insane.
They have the
she's-
best tea there.
Oh my God, she asked where we live at. And we're like, oh, we just live a block that way. And she was like, oh, you walk here? And I had to look at her and go, no, I drove. And she looked so...
Like she was right.
She knew the answer. She was like, oh, I bet you walked, didn't you? And I was like, you piece of shit.
It's like that face that Isan makes sometimes when he asks something. It's like, oh, did you drive here? Oh, did you walk? Oh, so you walk here. It's just little.
She just
oh,
knows.
She was waiting.
She know. She was like, "How you live close?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I live like literally right next to your restaurant." She's like, "Oh, you must walk here." Nah, doc. It was raining. That's not an excuse in her eyes. Oh man, that's 30 minutes. I'm gonna apologize. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
So what Zach meant by that joke is he wasn't really trying to establish any sort of hierarchy. He
I want
was
sushi
really
so
trying
bad.
to.
I'm so hungry, dude.
Zach-
I did like 5 minutes
You
on
have, like,
General
fucking
Tao's.
Stockholm syndrome, bro. He's like, I need to go back.
Don't stop, we go straight to the top. Don't stop, we go straight to the top. I am that dude. I am that dude. I am that dude. I am that dude. I am that. Don't stop, we go straight to the top. Don't stop, we go straight to the top. And we all going together.